leading up to Christmas, this week has been very low volume and not a lot of people trading in the afternoon, so there wasn't a lot of movement and I wasn't looking forward to it. I was either looking in the morning and then if what's going on, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lewis, and the first thing I want to say is if you're watching this video right before New Year's, I don't know when it's gonna come out yet. I am literally recording it extremely late. As you know, Christmas just passed, and with everything going on, I was trying to enjoy it with my family. I had my cousin over, shout out Jose. I was kind of distracted in a way. I've also been doing a lot of reading. As you can see back here, I got a lot of books for Christmas, so I definitely got a lot of reading to do. I don't think you guys can see the books I have here either. Under this, it's a bunch of books there, and I have some books over there as well. I'm actually gonna have to get myself a bookcase because I've gotten into reading a lot this past year in 2023, and in 2024 that is just gonna be the year where I focus on myself like I've been doing for the past few years. It's gonna be the year where I grow the most because I'm gonna focus on my personal development and soak up as much information as possible and become as wise as possible with as much information as I can. But like I was saying, this video is coming out not too late, but I am recording it late. I was supposed to record it last weekend, but last weekend was Christmas and I was enjoying it with my family, which is really no excuse to record late, but we're here. We're gonna make it happen. I need a haircut, but I'm gonna get my haircut tomorrow either way. You already know I look good. Since I am recording this kind of late, it's gonna be kind of difficult for me to remember exactly what I was doing or what I was thinking for these trades. As you saw in the last video, I lost 5,000, and this week I'm gonna save how much I made this week and if I even made the 5,000 back that I lost. But I just wanted to clarify, even if I lost that 5,000 last week, I am still profitable. As you can see in the last video, I was up 36,000 or something like that. I'm gonna save how much I'm up now for the end of this video, but I was still profitable. Even though I had a bad week, that does not mean that I blew my account, and that is just how it is with trading. You can have a bad week and you'll still be profitable. You can have a bad day, you'll still be profitable. You can have a bad month, you still be profitable because you still have 12 months to trade. You still have all those other weeks to trade if you have a bad week. You still have all the days of the week to trade if you have a bad day. So either way, don't let all this social media stuff make you think that you have to be 100% accurate when it comes to trading, because it's just not possible. You're not going to be 100% accurate. I want to get this video recorded so I can get in my bed, study for a little bit, and finish reading one of the books that I got, because I have to finish that book because I have one book that I'm looking forward to getting into, and I'm gonna keep that for next year. Maybe we'll get into that. But like I said, if this is the first video that you're watching, welcome. My name is Lewis. I hope that if you're watching this before the new year, you haven't wasted this past week. I believe this is the week that's most wasted by everybody. Everybody's just in limbo, sitting in the middle, waiting for that new year. But if you're somebody with goals and somebody that wants to, it's 11:11 now, but if you're somebody with goals and somebody that wants to achieve a lot of things in this life, you can't be like the rest of the 99%. Everybody else is waiting for that new year, for those new year resolutions, which I don't believe in, because I believe personal development and getting better in life should not need a new year to give you that extra bit of motivation, even though the motivation is definitely real, because I feel it myself. I believe that this is a lifestyle that you should be striving to be the best version of yourself today and not tomorrow, because like I always say, you never know, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. But I basically just want to say this video is getting recorded on the 28th. Like I said, this series is going to jump into a new series once the new year starts, but the purpose of this series is to see how much I can make in the month of December, which is December has been very weird. I just can't wait for price action to be normal again after all the holidays are over in the new year, because not a lot of volume, not a lot of people are trading, and price action has been very weird. But I'm still profitable at the end of the month, so unless I do a crazy trade and I blow the whole account, it's basically impossible for me to be unprofitable this month, which is not the purpose of this series. This series was mostly a journal for me. I wanted to hold myself accountable, to watch myself grow through the month, to watch it back and see the mistakes that I did so that I can learn from those mistakes, because this trading stuff is not something that's very easy, and it's something that you have to grow with no matter what. The real purpose was always to make as many mistakes as possible, and that's because I wanted to learn from all those mistakes so that when I'm trading in my live account, I'm not making those mistakes. I believe that my trading plan is, I don't want to say it is, or my strategy is 100% complete. I don't want to say that, because I believe that as I keep evolving and as I keep getting better and better, and as I keep mitigating mistakes, I will keep adjusting that to my personality and to my style of trade. But the basics I've gotten down right now is mostly the psychology, which I've gotten very good at this past week. I've been really sticking to it and understanding that there's no rush. There's no set time frame, even though I'm trying to see how much I could run up by the end of the month. I've just been looking at it in a way to just slow it down. I feel like if anybody's ever played sports are things that can speed up on you very quickly, and the best of the best are always the ones who are able to slow it down in a way. And when it comes to trading in general, it is a skill that requires a lot of fast decisions, and the more I slow it down, the more I stick to my trading plan, it will become a lot easier to just stay profitable, one, but not blow my account or deviate from my plan. So I'm kind of happy that I did this. Let's just see where this takes me in the new year. Either way, I want to wish you a very prosperous new year, very developing new year, and just know that my life is going to change in this 2024 and into 2025. I'm very excited. If you know crypto, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I think that's enough talking and rambling. Let's get into these trades because my camera is going to die very soon. It was at 50%. We're here, we're going to record. Let me set this up really quickly and let's hop into it. Okay, so something I wanted to talk about as well, and I took a screenshot on one of the trades last week on Thursday. Last week on Thursday, there's this glitch on my account, or I don't know if it's my account. I think it might just be demo accounts on MT5 in general. There's this glitch around, I believe, 5 to 6. It just starts going crazy in price. I know there's always gaps in between sessions that form. I have a screenshot here, and it's happened to me, I believe, 3 times now, where it has stopped me out, and the price never went up to where it was supposed to stop me out. And a couple, actually, I believe in every trade that I've taken where it has stopped me out due to this glitch, the market ended up going in my favor and they were winning trades. So at the end of the month, I'm gonna add a couple extra thousand. I don't know. I'll end up adding a couple extra dollars. I don't really care because it's a demo trade, and I know that a brokerage would not let this glitch happen. I think it's just MT5, but all I care about is the fact that the trades won and that they were good trades. But if that were to happen with my actual funds, I'll be very upset. Either way, I'm just happy that they were good trades, but that is very annoying because it shows that I lost the trade and the price never went up to that point, and it stopped me out multiple times. Like I said, 3 times, and those 3 times they were all winning trades. So either way, I gotta take it how it is. I'm not gonna cry about it. Okay, I'm looking at the trade for Monday the 18th, I believe. Yeah, Monday the 18th. It looks like it was just a consolidating trade, honestly, and it ended up stopping me out too early. Can't really remember. I think I was on the 5-minute and I didn't even wait for it to break structure at all, which is obviously a mistake on my part, but what can I do? I'm gonna see if I can get back there. You can see horrible consolidation the whole day. I had in the last video, I remember that I was talking about a fair value gap. I don't know if it was on the daily or the 4-hour. I think it was on the daily, and it had to fill that fair value gap up because it was a displacement on the downside, which meant sellers were in, buyers never got a chance to get in. It was a 7.01 risk to reward ratio, but it was a consolidating day, honestly, and it ended up just stopping me out. The price action on Monday was just very ugly, and it was because it was, I don't really know. I don't think there was any news until the next day, or maybe at night, close to midnight. On Tuesday, there was a bunch of actual price action, but let's just see how much I made or did not make on. I basically made $40 because I had 2 trades, stuck to my trading plan. One buy 10 in the morning, which I lost $811 on, and I don't remember why I put a buy because it was a Monday, and that was last week, but I ended up making back $853.96, which is like a $40 difference between trades. And I think I might have closed out early because it was around the time where the glitch be happening, so I wanted to get out before the end of the day, or just with Christmas and all that stuff coming up, there wasn't enough people in the marketplace, so it was barely moving. It was too much consolidation on that Monday, so I should have just not traded because I didn't see a setup on the 5-minute, honestly. But in the afternoon, I don't know if I placed a trade, but in the same fair value gap later on after it gets filled in, this is a 1 to 1.6. It's not a crazy trade, but as I can see, probably in the 30-minute, there's a fair value gap on the 18th later on in the afternoon. I believe around like 6. I think I did take this trade, honestly. I did take that trade, and I ended up making back the $800, but I closed too early, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember, but I did take another trade. I have the screenshot up. Can't do these videos like that, but it ended up closing out and it being a successful trade. I think I might have closed that trade out early because of that glitch. So yeah, on the 18th, I had that other trade at the end of the day. I do have a screenshot for that, so that screenshot did pop up. I ended up winning because it ended up hitting my target. I closed out early because I didn't want the glitch to happen. Okay, I took a very early trade on the 19th, and it was, as you can see, I just wrote it down. We had buy side liquidity above these highs, so we ended up coming in, sweeping liquidity above the highs of the London session, and then coming back down. As soon as I saw it coming back down and breaking structure below this newly formed low right here, I saw a fair value gap on the 15. Let me delete this now. This was honestly right after I woke up. This was on my way to work. I think I was in the car when I was taking this trade, but either way, fair value gap formed right here. After that form, I believe I got in exactly at, let me see, okay, I got in right here. This was the trade, right? I had my stop loss above the most recent high, which was this one, and I had a target of the low of this session, which was this low. All right, and like I said earlier, I had the buy side liquidity. This was the sell side liquidity in the London session. Let me just write it here. This is the London session. This was sell side liquidity in the London session. After this big move up, I was still bearish, so as soon as we broke structure on the 15th, I saw this fair value gap, got in exactly there. This was my target. It was a 7.23 risk to reward ratio, and it ended up hitting my target, I believe, in the afternoon, almost at night, really. And with this one trade, I ended up making back everything that I lost last week, which was around, I'll actually tell you right now, on that day, $8,069.51 with that one trade. Okay, so now I know what happened. So yeah, like I said, that was my target. This was the trade. But as soon as I saw it starting to reverse, after I got in, I sold half of the position in this consolidation. I don't remember why, but that is exactly what I did. I sold half of my position in this consolidation, and I sold the other half when it was actually on the way up, because I saw it never hit my target. And once it broke structure to the upside after this recent high, I knew that it was going to go up, so I didn't want it to actually end up coming back, reversing and stopping me out. But as you can see, it ended up hitting the target that I was trying to hit later on midnight. But I don't know if I should have even closed that trade. It was a good trade. It was an $8,000 trade. I'm not mad, but either way, if I would have just let it run, it would have hit that sell side liquidity in the London session. But that's very simple to say now. It was an $8,000 trade. Like I said, I go over it again. London session high, which was this right here. This was the London session high. Swept liquidity at 6 in the morning. I was actually up already on my way to work. Saw that it swept liquidity. I saw it created an imbalance right here, a fair value gap, which I already marked out, which is this square. I saw that it was a break of structure because it closed this candle right here, the 7 o'clock candle, closed below this most recent low. Once it closed this most recent low, it came back up into the fair value gap. I set my trade in. It was a sell, so I sold. It ended up dipping, coming all the way down, and after this consolidation, I sold half of my position, I believe, below this low, and then the other half when it was coming on the way up after I saw that it started reversing and it broke structure on the upside after this most recent high formed down here. So that is the $8,000 trade. On to the next day, and as you can imagine, that was the only trade that I had on the 19th because it was a very good trade. Why would I keep trading? So I set my London session. This was my London session on Wednesday. The high was obviously up here, so buy side liquidity, and the low was this. So as you can see, I ended up sweeping liquidity on the sell side, kept going lower. I believe my bias was bearish on that day either way. There was definitely some news, I remember now. All right, see this fair value gap, this forms a fair value gap. See it come into the fair value gap. I got in exactly when I got into the fair value gap at 142.796 right there. Had a short there. Okay, I remember what happened on this day. I went into the 5 minute. I saw the setup on the 15 minute, and I went into the 5 minute and set my stop loss right above this recent high, and my target was, I believe, a previous low from earlier day's session. 3.34 risk to reward ratio. Very clean setup, and it ended up going in my favor after the news, obviously, but the news candle ended up coming up into what it would have been a very good trade on the news if I would have just took the setup on the 15 minute and set my stop loss above this high up here and had a 2.13 risk to reward ratio, which is still good. This would have been a winning trade, but it ended up stopping me out because I placed my stop loss on a different time frame, which is, I believe, it is better for risk management. But honestly, now that I'm looking at it here and that I've gained the experience from the L that I took that day, place the stop loss above the most recent high on the time frame that you find the setup, and that is what I've been doing since that day. But as you can see, it ended up coming in actually very good trade after that, but it did stop stopped me out on that day, and I remember being so angry because I thought it was just gonna go in my favor, and it didn't go in my favor. But either way, that day I ended up losing. On the 20th, I had 2 losing trades. They were very small, adding up to about $800. I don't have screenshots for those, but on the 21st, and I'll get back to the 21st, I had 2 trades on the 21st, and I ended up losing about 2,000, which is still less than 3% of my overall account, which is my risk to reward, risk 1 to 3%, depending on how you're doing on the week. I was risking 2,000, which is about 2% of the total account, and I ended up losing on both. I think I only have 1 screenshot from that day. Yeah, okay. So in the morning, I lost this trade. In the afternoon, I would have had a winning trade, but it ended up stopping me out. I have the screenshot pop up. I'm not gonna show it in the recording here, but as you can see, price never even went close to up there, and in the actual trade itself, I won the trade. It was a trade that, as you can see there, I had my take profit a little bit lower, but as you can see, the glitch happened to me on the 21st, and it happened to me again this week, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, sorry, I'm scratching myself, but it happened to me this week on one of my trades this week. A couple of days ago, it was only $300, but I actually won the trade. It went in my direction, and I have a screenshot of it for this next upcoming video, which will be probably the last video of this series. But that glitch really got me mad, made me lose let me see how much it was, $968.88, which because of that glitch I ended up losing. But I don't care. At the end of the day, this is the demo account. In the live account, if that happens, I would definitely be angry, and the broker that I end up choosing, which I haven't made up my mind yet, I'll probably reveal that at the end, in the beginning of the next series. But all I care about is that it was a winning trade, and as I can see, that was a very good trade. It ended up going in my direction after the fact, but it stopped me out because of that, and I can't be mad at it. And then on Friday, I had 2 trades which ended up being basically about $700 lost because there were 2 losing trades. Here, this is the first trade. So the trade on Friday wasn't very far off from the London session, so let me just mark out the London session on Friday, which was right here, obviously, with the high of the session being the buy side liquidity, and the low of the session right here being the sell side liquidity. I believe I had a buy, but it ended up stopping me out anyways. You can see we were around the sell side liquidity here the whole time. I saw that it make this big candle up, which is a fair value gap, as you can see. Okay, so I ended up getting here, getting in here. I got in there. I had my take profits. I had 2 take profits that day. One from an earlier session, which was exactly at 2. This is the trade that I was actually waiting for. Either way, would have been a successful trade if I just waited a little bit longer, because after it filled in this fair value gap, it ended up coming down, taking me out on this candle at 9, coming back down, testing it again, which was a sweep of sell side liquidity, which was now sitting below these lows. After this imbalance to the upside, it came down, swept liquidity, and then went on a rally, which was the trade that I was actually looking for, with my take profit above these highs. At the end of the day, losing trade, can't be mad at it. That was the first trade I had on Friday. I don't remember, I don't have the other trade, but I believe it was at the end of the day, and it could have been another glitch if I'm not mistaken. Either way, those were the trades, and at the end of the week, I ended up making back exactly the 5,000 that I ended up losing last week. Even though I only lost about 4,900 or something last week, I made back the 5,000, and it was all in one trade. I think I had 1 winning trade the whole week. That is a crazy ratio, but either way, that whole week, 1 winning trade ended up keeping me profitable, and I ended up making the 5,000. So I ended the week with 40,000 profit. I am up right now. This is the following week. I am up right now on that. That goes to show you don't have to win every trade to be profitable. Obviously, you want to win as many trades as possible, but that comes with experience and with back testing and just learning how the graph that you're focused on works. I'm gonna stay focused on USD/JPY for as long as possible until I believe that I have this mastered in a way. This was the end of the video. That glitch ended up having me lose trades that I would have won, honestly, but I can't be mad at it. All that I care about is that I had winning trades and I've stayed profitable either way. Okay, so on Friday, I remember now. Friday, after I got stopped out, I kept watching the chart. It took out sell side liquidity. The only other way way to really go, even though you could kind of say could have took out south side or by side with this candle. There's no imbalances anywhere nearby over here. I guess there, let me see if not really. There's no imbalances anywhere near. The only way it had to go was up towards here. I had one winning trade and one losing trade on Friday, so I lied about having one winning trade last week. And like I said, it wasn't just one winning trade because I ended up getting my money back. Yeah, okay, so I remember that. Sorry for all this misconception or this confusion. Like I said, I gotta remember to keep doing these videos exactly on the week where I have the most memory of them. I'm kind of going all over the place. It would have been a lot better if I could actually show you the executions. All right, I'm just gonna cut this video here. Honestly, I don't remember. I ended up having two winning trades apart from the one that I said, which was an $8,000 trade. On Friday, I had two trades stuck to my trading plan. One was for $1,038.74, which I believe I took partials in and then just ended up closing out the rest. I can't remember that exactly where I had this set up, and I'm not gonna try. It's too late already. I need to go to sleep. Then I tried another trade in the afternoon, and I believe it ended up stopping me out due to the glitch. I don't remember if it was the glitch or it just stopped me out, but I ended up losing 300 and my other camera died. Either way, I'm just gonna finish it with this. If I have to re-record it, I don't really care. I ended up getting stopped out by the glitch on Friday of last week, and I lost $463.25 due to the glitch, and I believe it ended up being a winning trade anyways that Friday. So ended up with $5,000 profit this week. I'm gonna end the video here. It's already too late. I've been recording for over an hour. I wanted to get some reading in. I don't know if I will. I'll probably just end up knocking out. I had to record this week's video this weekend. Either way, it is already Friday, 12 in the morning. I'm gonna get my haircut tomorrow, which is what I'm looking forward to. But thank you for watching this video. Have a happy new year. The next video will be very smooth. I will have better trade setups for you in that video because basically today's the last day of the trading day. I don't know if I'll wake up and do actually, I don't know. I might do a live trading. I really don't know yet. But thank you for watching this video. Leave a like, comment, share with your friends. Follow me on Instagram, and I'll catch you in the next video. If I don't see you before the new year, happy new year, and make 2024 the best year of your life.